So, welcome to a brand new webisode. It's Sunday morning, working on Monday's show. I was going to write up today's blog, but I decided I'll make life easier on myself and I'll just videotape one. So, a week ago, I talked about, right about the same time last Sunday, how I wasn't going to talk about the Occupy protests, and that didn't happen. Like I said, I underestimated the power of the stupid, and the stupid are growing in masses. As a matter of fact, we're heading into October 15th when we're supposed to have some people occupy Tucson. People are already occupying Tucson, besides the point. I actually saw a Facebook page for an Occupy Oro Valley. What, you got to protest the Oro Valley Marketplace? Sport Clips, right? Dick's Sporting Goods and Best Buy. I keep hearing the Occupy protest being equated to the Tea Party. People are missing a very, very important aspect of this. It's not like the Tea Party. Not in any way, shape, or form, apart from it's a bunch of people gathered together protesting something. That's it. Let me go about it this way. Before the Tea Party came around, which was equated to the Boston Tea Party, there were plenty of protests. We've seen plenty of protests on all kinds of different issues. I mean, back to right around when I was born during the Vietnam War. I mean, just keep going back generation after generation, we've seen protests going on. The Tea Party wasn't anything new in terms of protest. What the Tea Party did was, it was a group of individuals who don't normally protest. And this is what's different. The Tea Party changed the game, politically speaking. It was average individuals, family members, well, I should say families, people who don't normally go out and get involved in the political process, going out and wanting their voices to be heard, going out and trying to push for smaller government and lower taxes and more freedom and liberty. It was people that normally didn't go and get involved, and that's why it was such a game changer in the 2010 elections. What's going on right now? This is the same old, same old. This isn't anything new. These are the same radicals, radical hippies, radical progressives, lazy college students, people who are upset before the protests started, people who are going to be upset while the protests are going on, and they're going to be upset once they're all dead and gone. The other difference is the fact that Tea Party would go out, focused, on-point message, go somewhere, perhaps protest, have a tea party on April 15th or on the July 4th holiday. They clean up after themselves and they'd leave. These guys, they're lawbreakers. There's a video of some dude defecating on a police car. That's not very civil, is it? The trash is piling up in New York City. Businesses are suffering at the hands of these loons. And they are loons. Look, it'll eventually fade away. If these individuals that were protesting, the 99% wanted to do something to better their situation or to better the country, they do what the Tea Party did and get involved in politics. Why don't you find some candidates that can go and enact change rather than parking yourselves in some park like they're going to do locally, wasting our law enforcement's time, soaking up media coverage, stinking up the joint, accomplishing nothing. I was reading some guy from Green Radio. I don't even know what that is. Anyways, he's talking about leaving his business to go protest in the park and occupy Tucson because it's a human revolution. Well, that's brilliant. That's genius. You already have a job, and you're going to leave that job for a while and hurt yourself financially while you bitch and moan about how the rich are getting richer, and you're just making yourself poorer. Look, these individuals that are protesting, yeah, they're kind of degenerates. They're not the representation of middle America. They're not. They're radicals. A lot of them are revolutionaries, communists, Marxist ideologies. That's the difference. It won't become the left Tea Party. It might become the less rallying cry. It might help to push the class warfare issue. But a bunch of people whining because other individuals, most of whom just simply worked hard to earn a living on the streets, isn't going to yield anything except making either themselves feel better or just perpetuating the problem that's already going on in this country, and that is a lack of personal responsibility. They're acting like a bunch of idiots. And the media is so hypocritical for not calling out all of the negative aspects of what's going on. Like I mentioned, the law breaking, the pooping on cars, the trash that's piling up. This is sad. It's sad on so many fronts. You know, the Tea Party was about something genuine. It was a grassroots movement, and it was people that were worried about the way the country was headed, and it sparked real change. Politicians got involved. You're not going to see the Occupy politicians. Oh, sure, they'll go down and wander amongst the smelly, but ultimately, you're not going to see the Occupy party up in Washington. No, once this thing gets uglier than it already is, and they'll jump off this bandwagon because they know it's not politically viable for them. While the Tea Party will continue to remain a vibrant driving force in American politics. Because what don't you see? You don't see minorities at these protests. You don't see families at these protests. You don't see kids at these protests. And who would you bring your kids to these protests? Somebody should call Child Protective Services. All right, thanks for watching. And it's hard because I don't know how I'm going to handle it this week. There's a part of me that, once again, like I did last Sunday, doesn't want to talk about it at all. But there's another part of me, man, that just can't seem to look. It's like a train wreck, like a car accident. You go, oh, I really don't want to look, but you kind of have a hard time averting your eyes. Oh, it'll be fun once these idiots park themselves at a park downtown. But what else is new? People love to protest here. Occupy Oro Valley. The funny thing about that was that Facebook page I mentioned, it had like 3 people. 3 people like this. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Bye.